Hello guys, welcome back once again in the another video of React Native. So in this video we will talk about how we use the ref in React Native. So actually in the React Native the ref system work similarly to how it works in React for web. So if you already work on the web in the React sites, so you already know that how we use the ref in the React. So similarly way we can use the ref in the React Native. So actually the another question is that what is ref? So ref actually a way to reference and interact with native components, because in the React Native with the help of the ref we interact with native components like text input, ScrollView. So we can interact all native component directly from your JavaScript code. So mostly use cases of the ref in React Native is that first case we will discuss in this lecture, that mutable reference. useRef create a mutable reference that persists across re-render without casing them. So it means that it will not re-render our component. We can directly change the value of the ref variable without re-rendering of the component. So this is the first case. And another thing we will learn in this lecture, that how we create a ref with useRef in React Native. And another thing we will learn that how we attach the ref to the native components, and how we access and manipulate the ref, and how direct manipulation with set native props, and how clean up and unmounting the ref. So all these points we will discuss in this lecture. So let's start. So first case is the mutable reference, that how with the help of the useRef we create a mutable reference. So let me show you an example that how we can prove this first point in the React Native. So suppose we are using here a two state variables. One is the text data and another is the count. So text data actually I am using inside the text input, and this is simple a text, and here I am using a text, and inside this text I am displaying the value of the count. So if I show you on the simulator, so our screen is looking like this. Here the first is the render times we will count here, and prove the first point I am setting here the text input value. So here I am using a count value is 0. So suppose I set here the value of the count is equal to the value of the count plus 1, and just save it. So you will see here a error message will be show you, and the message is showing that maximum update depth exists. So this can happen when component call set state inside useEffect. So when you set the state inside the useEffect, so this error message will be show on your screen, that maximum update depth exists, and this can happen when a component call set state inside useEffect. So multiple time it will be called, because component is render multiple times, render again and again, but this error message will be show in your screen, and here your component count will not be increased. So this is a issue. You cannot set the state inside the useEffect. So one solution of this, that you can use here a blank array, and again reload the application. So your error message will not be show here, because when you type something your component is rendering, but the error message is not showing because the useEffect is calling only a single time. So this is not a solution. So how we can resolve this type of problem with the help of the ref? So in this lecture we will learn this. Suppose now I am commenting this code here. So first of all, before using the useEffect like useState, useEffect, so we need to add useRef hook like useState and useEffect in the React library. In the same way we can add the ref here, like we declaring the variables for the useState. And another thing, useRef we can only use in the functional component. In the class component we cannot all these hooks. So here we just add. Now I am just commenting this count here, and just use a count, and here I am just useRef, and here suppose I am just using here a null. So the initial value of the count is now a null, and this null variable I am using here. And now I am removing this array here and just save this. So another error message will be shown on your screen, because when you use the ref variable, so ref variable actually return a object, a current object. So before using a count here, we can console here the value of the ref we created. So we created a count as a ref, so we just use inside the console.log. Yeah, so now save it. So on your screen you can see here, when you are printing the count ref, so count ref actually returning an object, and in object only a current is showing. So inside the current you are using null. So now you can see on your screen, when you are printing here a count, so count actually returning a object, and in this object a current key is showing. Inside the current a null is showing. We are setting in the useRef. So when you will use the ref variable, so you need to get value from the current. So we can get this value from the current key. So you can remember this. That's when you will use the ref variable, so always you will get the value from the current. And now directly you can use here count.current, and now just save this. So now here nothing is showing because inside the current is null, so but application is not crashing now. Suppose if you want to initialize your value with any other value, like I want to initialize my value with the 10, so now you will see in the current the 10 will be show. Just I again reload the application. Yeah, so now you can see inside the current is now 10 is showing. Suppose now I want to set the value of the current, so you can see here. So you need to add it like this. You will increment the value of the count with 1, and here we are already showing the count.current. So every time when the component renders, so every time the value of the 1 will be incremented inside the count. So when you save this, now the value of the render is 1. Suppose automatically it is not rendering. So when I am typing something in the text input, so the component is rendering, and every time the value of the count is incremented. You can see on your screen. So actually this is the first case. So now we have proved this case when create a mutable reference that persists across re-render without casing them, or it will not re-render our component. So you can change the value of the ref variable inside the useEffect also. So it will not affected your whole component. So this point we have completed. So you can write here done. Second point, we have also completed here how we create the ref with useRef, because we already created a ref with the useRef. Now the next point we will use here, that how we attach the ref to the native component. We are using inside the text also, we are attaching the ref here, but we also use in the text input. Suppose I am creating here another ref, and we can give here any name. So I am suppose giving here a name, a ref input, and here I am using a just blank string. So you can attach your ref inside the native component like a prop. So I can add here the ref is a ref input. So inside the text input prop I am directly assigning the name of the ref input. So like this we can directly attach the ref to the native components like I am using here inside the input. So this point we have also completed that how we attach the ref to the native components. So I am also writing here done. So the next point is that how we access and manipulating the ref. So outside the text input we can directly manipulate the text input props with the help of the ref. So how we can do it? Suppose I am using here a button and click on this button, I will change the value of the text input. So suppose I am using here a button and when I will click on the button, so the props of the text input will be changed with the help of the ref. Suppose I am using here a button and here we'll use the title property of the button is the change color, and here we'll use the on press props. So here I will change the text input color when I will click on the button. So here I am using const and the name of the method I am using here change color. So inside the button we directly call this method here, and here we'll use the text input ref. So the text input ref is ref input. So here I will use if the input ref dot current. So here we'll use ref input dot current. So in the React Native we use a property when we set the native props dot set native props. So when we set the props inside the React Native, so we use this property set native props. So inside this property we can set the value of the props we want to change. Suppose I will use here the style props, and this style props I will change the color. So here I will use a single curly braces and will use, and here I can give a desired color we want to change, and here we need a this bracket. We just remove this bracket from here. So like this we will use the set native props. So now save this and we'll check on the simulator. Suppose here we want to change the color of the text input. So I am typing something here. So I am typing here hello, and I want to change the color of the hello. So when I will click on the change color, so it will change the color style of the text input. So here I am manipulating the props of the text input with the help of the ref. So I am just creating a ref here. So if I give this ref inside the text, so it will work or not, we can check here. Suppose I am just commenting this ref here. I am just giving this ref inside the text. So in the same way we can change the style of the text input, or we can change the style of the text. So that same props I can pass inside the text. So you can see here the value of the text is changing here. So suppose just I reload the application again, and when I click on the change color, so the value of the text will be changed because I am giving this ref inside the text. So where we will pass this ref, so this ref will work only for that component. Can we create multiple ref with the same application? Yes, definitely we can create multiple ref with different name in the same application. Suppose I create a second ref for the text. So this ref is for just for the text, so I can use this, and here I can pass the ref for the text. So when I click on the change color, so I want that the value of the text should be changed in the another color. So you can declare it like this. So here I am using a ref text is the name of the ref. So here I am using a text ref, and the same way we can change here. So I am giving here a color green, and just save this. Suppose I am just typing here any text, and just I click on the change color. So you will see on the simulator, so the value of the text input is now a red color and the text color is now a green, because I am using here a two ref and I am setting a different color inside this method. So actually with the help of the ref, we are directly using the method of the text or the text input and directly manipulating the props of the component. So we can use a different methods of the props, and we can directly manipulate. I want to focus on the text input, so I can use here focus input. Suppose I use another button here, focus input, and this focus input method we just call here just I am commenting this line now, and just I am giving a focus. So directly we directly call the method in the text input. So here I using a text, and inside this I just copy this and I'm just pasting here, and inside this I am just call a focus. So actually this is the method of the text input, and with the help of the ref we are directly calling it, and just save this. So just I am reload the application. So now focus is not inside the text input, but when you click on the focus input, so you can notice that focus is inside text input. So like this we can access and manipulating the ref. So we can directly manipulating the set native props with the help of the ref. So we also done the point number 5 and 4. So this point we also completed. So the next point is that cleanup and unmounting. So what is the meaning of this? So its meaning is that when you are unmounting your component, so for removing the memory leak and improving the performance of the application, we need to clean up the ref. So for cleanup we can directly use here like this. Suppose I am using here a ref, so here you can use another ref. We just call this ref only a single time, and in this ref we can just return here I am using here a ref input dot current, so you can initialize it as a null. So like this, every ref we will clean up when we are unmounting our component. So here we will clean up every ref. So whenever your component will be unmount, so the ref will be clean up every time. So these are the cases we have used. So all cases we have discussed, that how we use it. So this point is also completed now. So these are the point we have discussed in this lecture. So I hope this video is very helpful for understanding how we use the ref in your React Native application. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe the channel. Thanks for watching.